Okay, so when we talk about emerging trends in 2016, one of the things we want to talk about is mobile. Mobile hasn't just started happening, though. It's already happened. Every year we see a larger percentage of searches and views of any kind of digital media happening in mobile versus desktop. We've seen over 900 million people on mobile have a mobile device, and that's a mobile smartphone device. We have seen 51% of shoppers using mobile inside the store. So these are people who are sitting inside of some kind of a store, whether it's a retail store or a car dealership, who are actually using their mobile device while they're inside of that store, while they're shopping. In car dealerships, we'll see people sitting, waiting to talk to their salesperson or browsing the lot, and they're searching for, comparison vehicles or comparison dealerships while they are browsing in this one particular dealership. So mobile is very important. It's important to be there. And just over 4 short years, and 2016 is not over, we've seen a 5 times increase in number of mobile influence sales. So again, these are people who are getting their information on mobile, shopping on mobile, and are having what they buy and where they buy it influenced by what they're seeing on their mobile device. Technology has changed a lot in 4 to 5 years, and it makes it possible for us as digital advertisers and those of us working in the digital space to reach customers where they are on the go. So you no longer have to worry about just seeing them on a TV or just seeing them when they're in their seat, either at home or at work on a desktop or laptop device. We can get them almost anywhere, and whether it's on a mobile phone or a mobile-enabled tablet. We can target by device. We can target by type of operating system. We can target by location, and that can be the location of where their device actually is, not just where it's registered. So it's pretty powerful. We can determine, what type of content we want to show to our audience. So maybe we want to show somebody who travels inside of a city on their mobile device a different ad versus what we would do if you're kind of in a rural area, or maybe you're within a mile of a dealership and we want to show them something different if they're within a mile of the dealership versus if they're further away from the dealership. So we can be very relevant with the device we're using, but also what kind of messaging we're giving them, and where can find that audience with that relevant message with where they are and what device. Social is a huge part of our mobile strategy. We have found, studies have shown that you only need to view an image for 13 seconds to know what it is. And so images are a large part of an ad now replacing text, especially on social. If you look at a Facebook ad, for instance, it is predominantly an image of some sort, and then text kind of around it, but the image is what draws people in. So on Facebook, that's one of the newer trends we're seeing on a mobile device. We can be really targeted on Facebook and target the 1.2 billion monthly users on Facebook on mobile. That's 757 million unique daily users. These are individuals who are logging on to Facebook. And we're talking about over half, over 60% of these users returning daily, so we can target them more than once so that they're seeing relevant ads on different devices more than one time. Here's a look at Facebook's community update. This comes from Facebook, and it includes not only Facebook and then Facebook.com, but the other apps or platforms that Facebook owns. So we can target Facebook. We can also target any of these other platforms where Facebook ads may be able to live. Not all of these, but a good amount of them. So this just shows how large the Facebook community really is, and so why it's important to be there. here are two examples of the Facebook ads, and you can see how the image is dominating the ad, and then putting some kind of text inside the image draws the user in. And both of these could be shown on a mobile device, targeting that user wherever they are. Waze is another platform that has recently started adding ad space, kind of on the top of the Waze app. So that also is dominated by an image and allows you to be hyper relevant and targeted by location on a mobile device. Video. Video is also very shareable. We can make a video short or slightly longer, but again, thinking about the attention span, somewhere between 13 to 20 seconds. We can show a shopper in that short amount of time a feature video that helps them to make a decision on the vehicles that they're going to purchase. And then, video can be shown on many different devices, but is very relevant on mobile. Mobile is changing the way people are looking at videos and the way they're sharing them and consuming them. We've seen a 367% growth of video on mobile in 2015 alone. Facebook reports 8 billion daily video views. So that's telling us right now video on a mobile device and video on a mobile device on Facebook is the place to be. So synergy, where does this leave traditional media? Where does this leave that first screen, that TV that we are used to seeing ads on? It's just a little funny, but a lot of people are asking us, okay, you're talking about TV, you're talking about traditional, but then you're talking about digital marketing. What is digital marketing, and how do these two work together? And the key is that they're connected. 87% of consumers are using a second screen while they're watching TV. This means that while someone is watching their favorite episode of Law & Order, for instance, they're also browsing Facebook on their mobile device or on their tablet, or even possibly on their laptop. And sometimes 3 different devices. We see people watching TV while on their laptop and then pick up their phone to answer a text message or to browse Facebook on there. So what we're seeing is that consumers are not just using one device anymore. They're not just focusing on TV or on that commercial that's on TV. And most of the time, that other device that they're using is a smartphone. So whether they're on Facebook or they're browsing around the web, they are on that smartphone while watching that first device, that TV screen. Millennials are driving this trend. 74% of millennials report watching a combination or having a combination of TV viewing and smartphone usage at the same time. So let's capitalize on this. This second screen experience is a moment where we can capitalize on your brand success. So you're showing a commercial on TV. Well, let's also target that person on their mobile device as well. Making the use of the ad dollars you're spending. We can be relevant, we can be consistent with your ads, so making sure that whatever ad you're showing on TV on that initial screen is also matching on a mobile device or a tablet or on a laptop. For digital, one way to view the synergy between the two, we want to connect the dots. We want to make the most out of your mobile device, out of your TV, out of your tablet, and out of your laptop or desktop computer. How do we apply these trends? We don't want to just check off the boxes and say, okay, I'm doing traditional, okay, I'm doing SEM, okay, I'm doing social, okay, I'm doing display. We want to do all of that together. We want to have synergy between all of the different marketing platforms that you're using. So we want to make sure we're presenting your message to the right customer in the right place at the right time. to the right customer with behavior targeting. So based on either an SEM search or in social, for instance, what are they likely to do? We can gather data and mirror third-party data with Facebook data and find somebody likely to purchase a car, for instance, and target those people in particular at the right place with zip code level targeting, whether they are sitting at a desk or whether they're driving around. We can target both ways in that mobile device, or if they're sitting in a competitor's dealership, bringing those people over. And then at the right time on the right device, again in search, display, social, and/or video, all of those combined with the same marketing message across all the devices and all the platforms. Budget allocation. So having the right strategy to stretch your budget. We want to make sure that we're applying data and using your budget dollars in the most effective way possible. So one of the ways we do that is with inventory targeting, focusing on the cars that really need to be pushed, whether it's because we know that there are many of those cars on the lot and you're trying to push those, whether it's model year end and you want to get rid of one model year to bring in the next model year. We're able to do that, and we are also able to turn off ads because if their vehicle is no longer in inventory, which is really great, especially for your pre-owned inventory. We can do zip code level targeting. You no longer have to just apply a 20-mile radius to your dealership. We can take sales data and use that data to target, again, on mobile and on a desktop device and tablet, target where someone is likely to purchase based on past zip code purchase data. And then, again, behavioral targeting, we talked about that earlier, when someone is likely to convert based on their behavior on other sites on the web, besides where they're right now, and then using your current CRM data, we can target your previous customers and bring them back in for service, for instance. Your key takeaways. Trends on the go. Trend is moving towards mobile, as we talked about. More than half the searches happening on SEM are happening on a mobile device, and we know that, again, people are using a second screen even if they're sitting at home on their couch watching TV. So mobile is really changing how consumers are exposed to messaging and how consumers are gathering data about what they want to purchase. We want to be consistent and relevant across all the devices we're using. We want to make sure that what you're saying on your TV ad is the same as what you're saying on your social ad, which is the same on display and SEM, really just across the board, so that when a consumer sees your message, they know it's from you and they're able to bring all together organically. We want to make sure we're finding them at the right moment, being present if somebody is at your dealership searching for that particular vehicle that they're looking for, or if they're at another dealership looking for a particular vehicle. We want to make sure that we are present when it matters. We want to embrace your digital. It's not about turning off that first screen or traditional media. It's about combining the two and making them work together. All right, so that is our presentation. Are there any questions?
We have a couple questions that came through during the webinar, so I'll go ahead and ask those first. And guys, if you have any other questions you thought of towards the end of the webinar, just go ahead and put them in the chat box on the side of your screen. The first question, does it cost more to incorporate mobile into my strategy?
No, it doesn't. We do, especially in SEM, occasionally see a mobile click maybe costing a little bit more just because there's less available real estate on the screen, but it is really part of any of the strategies that we have. So mobile is incorporated with SEM, it's incorporated with display and social. It's part of your overall strategy.
All right, second question. What attractions do you see on desktop versus mobile?
I'm sorry, can you ask that one more time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, the wording was wrong. What are the different formats between desktop and mobile?
Okay. So for most of the, I'm assuming that's referring to platforms, but yeah, so most of the platforms allow for very similar desktop and mobile views. And Google, for instance, is moving desktop towards a more mobile-like view with taking away the right rail ads and changing their search results page. So everything is moving to view like mobile and be more like mobile, since that's where users are moving, and platforms like Facebook and Google want to give the consumer what they want, and that's a more mobile-like viewing platform.
Okay, last question. How do the new Google SERP changes impact my mobile searches?
Okay, so that goes back to what we were just saying, the search results page, the recent change that Google did, eliminating the right rail and adding an additional result option on the top of the screen, and it doesn't affect your mobile view. That's just a desktop search, but again, it's moving mobile to be, or moving desktop, I'm sorry, to be more like mobile.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That was our last question, and thank you, Jillian, for hosting with us today. Our next webinar is coming up in 2 weeks with Jeremy Anspach, CureCar's co-founder and CEO. Be sure to check out the details for that webinar on our website. If you have any questions about today's content, feel free to shoot us an email at contact@curecars.com. Thanks and have a great day.